I say this every week, but I am so grateful to have you here. It is not lost on me that I am a woman here in a small town with a lot of kids and a lot of clients. And 7 years ago, I would have never fathomed this was possible. And here are people like you all across the state of Iowa, the United States. We even have some international people here. And I am just forever grateful for the opportunity to help you in any capacity with your business's online marketing. So thank you for being here, not just in this month of Thanksgiving, but always. So thanks. And one thing I want to take with you this week is this concept, especially as we're entering the busy holiday season, that you don't have to focus on everything. I mean, the word focus itself means that we are just lasering in, honing in on the priorities, the one or two, maximum three things that matter. Now, this is something that I struggle with. I want to do all the things all the time. But in these busy seasons of life, we can't do all the things all the time and execute them well. And especially in this era of feeling like our business needs to be present in all of the places online, whether it's an email list, a podcast, a website, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We can't do all of the things all of the time. So I'm here today to share with you that I want you to focus on really the metrics that matter when it comes to your online marketing. So I have a question for you as we go into the rest of today's little chat that we've been having every Friday. What are those metrics that you measure to determine if your online marketing or your marketing in general is successful? Now let's take this back a few years. And back in the day before we had social media marketing, and we were using more traditional methods to get word out about our products and our services, we were relying on readership radius. We were relying on listenership radius. And we could get a general idea of how many people we could possibly serve, but it was more in those like, oh, it could potentially get to this level, right? With the advent of social media and online marketing, one of the things that I have really drilled into my clients is that we can get some hard and fast numbers to know the specifics of how many people are seeing your message, clicking on your posts, and engaging with your content. And not only do we get the specifics, we get a lot of specifics as far as how much information we gather about the reach of our posts and our content. And sometimes that data can be so much that it can get overwhelming and we don't know how to make sense of it. So we might rely on some of those most commonly seen metrics, like the number of likes on a post, the number of followers on our account, the number of views on a reel or a TikTok, the number of opens on an email. And all of that is really helpful. But in those kind of metrics, your reach, your followership, your email opens, your podcast downloads, all of that are like surface level metrics because those indicate whether your message is being received or not. It is not a validation of how good your products are. It's not a validation of how awesome of a business owner you are or are not. Those metrics simply indicate if what you put out as your message was received by your followers. So if you have a post that got 2 likes and you have a followership of 20,000, there's some kind of disconnect between the number of people who follow you and the number of people who thought, yes, I really love that message. 2 to 20,000, right? But let's say that you just started your business page, you have 200 followers, and you got 2 likes. 2 and 2, I guess I should do. That is a much better indication of strength because your numbers are closer together. But we are still talking about surface level. We're just talking about if the message in that single post was received by your followership, okay? The number of reels views that you get on a new reel, again, those are surface level. A lot of time reels, the format that you create will go into what's called the Reels tab on Instagram, or the TikTok for you page if TikTok is your platform of choice. And so if somebody sees that, they get delivered it, sometimes they'll watch it and then they'll continue to scroll. Now, that is a surface level view because that's just saying, oh, somebody watched this video for 3 seconds. We want to get more people, right? But really, viewing a reel is a passive activity. They can do that with their eyes closed. And literally, sometimes I do. If I'm looking at TikTok late at night and I'm starting to doze, like I'll give somebody a 10-second view and I'm like sleeping. But those are passive activities. So while those numbers are fantastic and they can help us feel good, what we want are more of the metrics that matter to determine if what we are doing, the efforts and the time that we are investing into our social media and online presence, is really paying off. So, what do I mean by those metrics that matter? So, we want to go beyond the surface level. If you think about a funnel, and you may have heard this in marketing terms before, a funnel like you would use for liquid is wide at the top so that you can catch it all, right? But the nature of a funnel is that it slowly squeezes down, so only a little bit can go through the funnel at a time. So much like your business's efforts, a funnel is like your marketing. At the top of the funnel are all of the people you want to create awareness for. So, anybody who comes across any post or any exposure to your business, whether that's a billboard or seeing your truck go down the road, or seeing that sponsorship banner at the local hometown days, or seeing your reel or seeing your social media post, all of that is in the awareness phase. They're seeing you, they're seeing your logo, they're seeing your brand, and they're associating it with the products and the services that your business delivers. Now, we want to focus, all of that is great, but we really want to focus on, are these awareness efforts pulling people further down that funnel so that they ultimately become clients and customers? So, awareness is great, but what are those triggers and targets that indicate that somebody is getting the message, they know about us, and now they're taking actions enough to consider doing business with us? So, for me, when I'm talking to people across the table, potential clients, one-on-one clients, or when I'm every month evaluating the numbers that we're getting for our clients on the managed side of things, I am looking at things like, how many profile views did we get? Because that indicates that somebody saw a post or saw a reel, they were intrigued enough that they wanted to know what else we do. And so they clicked on the name on the account and they looked at our profile. That's an indicator to me that something is happening here that is a metric that matters. They're going beyond just being aware of us and they want to know more. Another metric that matters is website clicks. So again, if somebody comes to my profile and then I see that, oh, they clicked into my website, that's another action that they took. And that indicates significantly more interest than watching a reel. Other metrics that matter can be messages that you get, whether those are private messages on Instagram, private messages on Facebook, direct messages on Instagram. Those can be emails that you get, phone calls, inquiries through the contact form on your website, questions in line at the grocery store, people asking to pick your brain at coffee. Those are all indicators that people are aware of what you're putting out there and they're really warming up to considering the next step with your business. Those are the metrics that matter. And then we can even get further into the funnel. So we go from awareness, then we have these indicators that share that somebody is interested, they're moving down the funnel, they want more from us. And then we get them to be customers, clients, and we get feedback from them. Okay. So, for example, I had a couple of one-on-one clients earlier this month, and they've reached out to me in past days, and they've said things like, I have had more responses to this email this week than we've had in any other one. And it's only been 2 hours since it went out. That might not be like a super measurable indicator that I can chart on their report. But when that client tells me that they are getting feedback from the email that we drafted, that is a huge metric for me. Even though it's not a fancy number on a report, that matters because it means it's connecting with people. Another metric, I had a client who I worked with on a one-on-one capacity. We just had a short session, but she had some specific questions she wanted to ask of me. I answered them. A couple of days later, she followed up and she said, Molly, I got the deal. And it had been like part of our process to work out what that deal could look like, how we could frame that from a social media perspective. And then hearing that she landed it and they approved, I was so proud of her, so proud. That's a metric that matters. Another client, when we too had a one-on-one, and then afterwards, she's like, I just feel seen. I just feel heard. I just feel like now I can show up as myself without overthinking the process. That's a metric that matters. Even though we want to really look at those hard numbers. And even though I started this whole conversation about how we can get those data and specifics, I also want you to know that not everything drills down to a data point. With social media, with online marketing, it's so great to see those numbers tick up and up and up. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel seen. It makes us feel validated. It makes us feel like what we're doing matters and is paying off. But hearing the feelings and the results from our clients and customers, no matter where they are, whether they're aware of us, they put into work some of the free resources that we're giving, whether they really clicked into and binged all of the content that we're putting out, or whether they've worked with us and they're sending us these positive feedback follow-ups. All of that is metrics that matter for you and your business. So even if you don't see exponential reels, but you're getting email responses that what you're doing is connecting with someone across the screen, that is a metric that matters right now. So especially as we go into the holiday season, I want you to know that what you put out on behalf of your business online does not have to kill you. It does not need to be twice daily or 3 times daily content. It does not have to feel like it drains you, but you do need to put out the content and create those valuable, connection-worthy posts that people on the other side of the screen will respond to. And know that not all of that can be tracked in your Instagram insights. Not all of that will be registered in a downloads report, but you'll feel it here. And the people on the other side of the screen will feel it too. And that's what we're looking for right now. People want to be seen and heard, and especially in these holiday weeks, it's more important than ever to show your people that you've got their interests at heart. If you have questions on how to do that, you're hearing it here first, my friends. I am hosting a masterclass. That's right. It's a free session online in a private Facebook group happening Thursday, December 1st at 11 a.m. Central Time. In that masterclass, we are going to go into the marketing must-haves for 2023 for business owners online. And we're going to go into the 6 elements of social media marketing. We're going to cover all things strategy, content, management, community, leverage, and legacy. And we're going to talk about how you can put that into play as the marketing plan for your business in the new year. So again, that is December 1st. It's a Thursday, happening at 11 a.m. Central Time. It's free, and you can go to mollyknuthmedia.com/masterclass to get into the Facebook group. You do have to request because it is private, but mollyknuthmedia.com/masterclass will get you in. And if you are viewing this in the email, then in the email, there is a link below so that you can also subscribe to the email list so you get all of the updates delivered straight to your inbox ahead of the masterclass. Thank you so much, my friends. Again, forever grateful for you. I hope you are getting some of those metrics that matter in response to all of your marketing efforts. Take care, and I'll be back next week with more.